Hello good people, Magnet B here. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about learning and the best jobs that you can specialize in working online, the jobs that best suit your talents and capabilities. If you're new to my channel and you consider that good news and you would like to be learning more on working online, kindly consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing each time I upload new content. Hello guys, today I'm here with some good news. Verbit, one of the best transcription companies according to me, is currently hiring transcribers globally. And so today I'm going to share with you the tips that you require to acquire an account in Verbit. The first thing is, in Verbit you transcribe using American English. And the test, if you have seen it maybe, it's on CleanRead. So if you're not aware about CleanRead and the requirements of CleanRead, kindly check the link here on the last video I did on CleanRead and verbatim. At least you get a glimpse on what you are required to do. And if you have tried the test itself, the audio is a bit easy and it's clear. So if you give it your best shot and you follow this video to the end on the requirements, sure enough, you're gonna get an account with Verbit. What are the things to consider to acquire an account with Verbit? The first thing is punctuation. In Verbit, there is a little different format of punctuation, unlike other transcription companies. The first thing is, never use an ellipsis. Another thing, never use an exclamation mark, except for companies such as Yahoo that have an exclamation mark in their brand name. Another thing, in the section of punctuation, make sure you use the Oxford comma. What's the Oxford comma? This is a comma just before and in a list of things. For example, when you say clothes, tables and chairs, you say clothes, comma, tables, chairs, tables, comma, and chairs, that comma just before and. Make sure you use it when you're doing the test. Another very essential thing to consider is capitalization. As you all know, surnames, Mr. and Mrs. you capitalize. Another thing is names of a company, Google and stuff, you must capitalize them. And another thing in capitalization that is a bit unique from other companies is quotation. Each time you quote, make sure you start with a capital letter. Magnet said, verbatim jobs are the easiest in transcription. Just like that. Another very essential thing is grammar. In Verbit, unlike other transcription companies, never start a sentence with and. So when you're going to do a test, make sure you don't start a sentence with and. The next and very essential aspect is numbers. In Verbit, numbers between 0 and 9, you write them in words. But there are the exceptions in this category. The first exception is if it's a date. Another one, mathematical equations, 4 times 3 times 2. All of them write them in numerics even though they'll be on 10. Another occasion is a decimal point, 0.6. Another thing is, for example, a reference number. When we say number 5, person 1, person 2, such stuff, when a noun comes just before a number. Another exception that is very essential to consider, and maybe it's in the test, is range, a range of numbers. For example, we say 5 to 7. Even though the numbers below 10, what we do, we write them as 5-7. Another thing is numbers in series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that case, you write them in numerics even if they're below 10. Numbers between and 900,000, 999, just a million minus 1. You write them in numerics. There are exceptions in this category. When a number starts in a sentence, we write it in words, even if let's say 100 pupils in words. And another exception is when a number is an estimate, about 1,000 people, we write in words. Another category is millions, trillions, and maybe billions. In this case, the words millions, trillions, and billions is written in words. But the number that is connected to it is written maybe in words if it's less than 10, and in numerics if it's above 10. For example, we say 3 million words. 10 billion. 10 numerics billion words. There is an exception in this category. For example, if you given a large number, for example, 5,900,652, you write it in numerics. I think that's we are good there in the category of numbers. Another essential thing that you should consider, these are measurements. I'm sure we're going to find one there. Measurement, let's say something like percent. Always write the word percent, not the simple, unless you are told otherwise. And in this case, as we are preparing for the test there are no specific guidelines except just the general guidelines. So in this case, make sure you don't use that simple percent. Make sure you use the words. Another thing is dollar, euro, and such stuff. In this case, the best way to understand this is if the number is in words, dollar should be in words. If the number is in numerics, the dollar use a sign. A recap: if the number is in words, use dollar in words. If the number is in numerics, use the dollar sign. And again, the last thing is words like okay. The only form of okay that's accepted in Verbit is this one. Okay, in full, no caps, just small letters, maybe if it's starting a sentence. And another thing, okay sometimes can be a filler word. For example, when it's used to ask rhetorical questions. For example, today we are preparing for that test. Right? In this case, it's a filler word. So you say, today I'm preparing for that test. I think in this test, those are the requirements that are required to get started. And if you follow them, sure enough, you're going to get an account. I wish you all the best as you go ahead and try to give it your best shot. For captioning and transcription training, text me or WhatsApp me on this phone number here. Until next time, stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.